All right. Happy Tuesday. It's 10:30 over here. I'm in Southern California. I know we have people who are in all different areas, so maybe good afternoon to you. My name is Brittany Ame. I have two little babies. They're not babies actually anymore. I feel like they're still babies. I have a 5 and a 7-year-old. And I'm a volleyball coach. And I got started with this business within the Juice Plus company about 6 years ago. And I'm just really happy to be here with you guys and sharing a little bit about why this has been so impactful for me and my family, and for Jennifer and Mary as well, though they will share a little bit more later. And so let me get this slideshow going just so that you guys can know a little bit more about what we're going to talk about. So on this short 20-minute call, you're going to learn the power of our functional food plant powders. You're going to hear testimonials, like I said, from Jen and Mary. Mamas who are spreading the mission of healthier living. You're going to understand that we're working from a tried and true business model that promotes success, and you're going to discover the benefits of joining now and maybe rediscovering some passions that you have had. I'm sure that all of us moms feel similar with this, where it's like we have all these passions and then we become moms, which is, of course, is another passion, but then sometimes some of those other things kind of get like pushed down or to the side. And I think that's something cool that I think all of us have experienced through this business and through just coming together with other moms, that some other things start to get reignited. Okay, so what is Juice Plus? It is 30 vine ripened fruits, vegetables, and berries that have been pulverized and freeze dried into powders that are then put into capsules and chewables to help us bridge the gap in our nutrition. You can see one of the moms that we work with, that's her little one up at the top. She's so cute. She's holding the chewables in her hand. And then the third picture down and the fourth picture, you can see the capsules are in my hand there. And then also in one of our other partners. And this has been an awesome way that we fill the gap in our family's nutrition. It's NSF certified, which is an outside party who tests the purity of the product. There's so many products out there nowadays where they're saying that there's this and this in it, but there's actually no outside party that's testing to make sure that that's truly what's in the product. And so feels very comforting as a mom to know exactly what I'm putting in my kid's body. It's also the most researched nutritional product in the world. It's safe, it's affordable, and it's absolutely necessary in a world that's facing so much illness and disease right now. We empower others to grow their own food with aeroponic gardens as well. You can see my daughter in the second picture right there, clipping cilantro off of our tower garden. And I don't have more pictures of that to show that nice and big. But the garden is awesome, you guys. If you have ruined plants your whole life or anything like that, just know you can plop those things in there. It's on a self-watering system. It is amazing. So all in all, we're focusing on helping people eat more plants and just live healthier lives. So get this thing to click. There we go. Our business model, we have a unique hybrid business model that allows for direct sales while providing the ability to build a team. For me, I love that both of these options exist for us, that we can just share a great product like a lot of people do nowadays, but also for somebody like me who is a former athlete, and somebody who works with athletes and teams. I love teams. It's really fun to work with other people. And I think when you get behind a mission like this, where you're getting more plants in people's bodies, you're helping people grow their own food, it's really, really fun to do that with other people. So I love that you have both options, because some people don't want to do that and some people just want to share the products, and you have that option. There's no quotas or minimums. You have the freedom to build this business in a way that works with every different season of life. We're moms, we're all over the place, we're busy, some of us have other jobs, and it really allows you to kind of like, piece together where you want to do this. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day, maybe it's your Saturday and Sunday that you're really devoting time to it. You really can do it how you want. And we have an amazing corporate office that supports us in building our business. At the upper leadership positions, we have a full benefits package, which is virtually unheard of within the network marketing profession. It's really cool that we can get to that upper leadership position and receive full benefits for the work that we're doing and the lives that we're changing. So that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over because I think it's really powerful for us to hear from people who are like truly experiencing these products for themselves and experiencing the business for themselves. So Jen, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you to share first.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So my name is Jennifer. I'm a physical therapist. I'm a mama of 3, and I'm also a military spouse. And I'm so excited to share with you about why I'm so grateful to have Juice Plus in my life and why I'm so proud to share it with others. So just to give you some background. So it's been about 7 or 8 years ago, my 2 oldest kids were very sick for a period of time when my husband was deployed to Afghanistan. It was a very tough time in my life. I felt very out of control. I could not help my kids like I wanted to as a mom, right? Not to mention the fact that my health was not as good as I wanted it to be. I was dealing with chronic sinus infections, taking Mucinex all the time, leg pain, anxiety. I had sleepless nights. It was a very hard time in my life. I was calling out of work a lot because I was single parenting. I felt like I could not keep things straight. Not to mention the fact that I felt very alone at this time because I did not really have support. And I just think this is something to really consider as being a military spouse. I know a lot of other military spouses deal with this as well. And, it could even just be moms in general where we're going through these life changes, right? We have periods of time where we might not have the support that we need. So because, and especially with military spouses, we do have to move every 2 to 3 years. We have to leave our friends, have to get new doctors, new dentists, all these things. So it's just something to think about because I'm going to bring this back to full circle in a minute about why this is so important. But jump forward a few years. We had moved to South Korea. I had a newborn baby with my older 2 kids. I was no longer practicing physical therapy because I had the 3 kids and I did not want to work at the time. My priorities were shifting. I wanted to spend more time with my kids, but my heart at the same time was feeling a void because, when you're a healthcare provider, you really do have this passion of helping others. And I was not doing that at the time. But I just want to mention, though, this was still a tough time with my kids. My son was still having some health issues. My oldest daughter was still getting sick. She was missing a lot of school. But at the time, I was going to these amazing fitness classes with this lovely lady. And she approached me about these plant concentrates available in capsules and chewables, and the ability to share them as a way to make an income, which was kind of appealing to me, right? Because I wasn't working at the time. I was very hesitant though, because being a healthcare provider, we always hear about supplements and how they have all these amazing benefits, right? But the research on them can be very iffy and the possibility that they are not pure, right? So that was in the back of my mind, but something told me to still move forward with Juice Plus. So what I did was I got my son on the chewables because he was still struggling a lot. And then I started with the protein powder because I knew I needed more protein in my life. So I went ahead and tried that. I also tried the Shred, and this is a Healthy Habits Reset program that's available within the Juice Plus community. I decided to try the chewables a couple of months later because I started noticing my son was doing better. He had some skin issues at the time, some eczema, and that was clearing up, and he was having more bowel movements, which we all know is very important for kids. He was struggling before and he was having them more regularly. So this was very big. And I was not expecting to see improvements with the capsules at all. I was very hesitant, but within about 3 or 4 months, something that was really cool was my allergy symptoms were improving. I remember sitting on the couch in our apartment, in our high-rise apartment in South Korea. It was springtime when the cherry blossoms are coming out. And I was like, wait a second, I haven't had to take my allergy meds. What's going on here? That was pretty exciting. And I also noticed my performance. I was doing a lot of HIIT workouts at the time. My performance was pretty great. I was recovering really quickly after my workouts. So there was just all these little signs I needed to go ahead and give Juice Plus a try. So I signed up with the company. And I just want to mention one of the biggest reasons, well, there's 2 things. I could take this business with me wherever I went as a military spouse. That's really important, right? But the other thing that's so significant with this, it was giving me back a sense of control. So if you remember what I was talking about in the very, very beginning, I did not feel like I had sense of control with my kids getting sick. Again, my husband was gone. I had to change doctors and dentists, all these things that military spouses have to go through. But Juice Plus, because of the community I was getting, the sense of control over my kiddos' health, my own health, it was giving me back a sense of control. And it was just such a wonderful feeling. And so this was very, very important to me. Not to mention the fact I could help people, right? Especially I think about children right now, you guys, what is it? Less than 50% of kids eat one vegetable a day right now in the country. This is a big problem. And I knew this was something that was needed. It's a simple, affordable solution for kiddos, especially like mine. The more I was learning about Juice Plus, the research, what it could do for others, the more I really decided I wanted to share. I was having more conversations with people. I was building my tribe. I was helping people, and I was feeling a lot more fulfilled than I had ever felt in a really long time. But what's important is I could fit this in with my schedule, and I could be with my kids more often. And now, years later, I no longer have sick kiddos. I have thriving kiddos who are performing amazingly in school and in sports. And I constantly wake up in the morning excited to share these products because they have done so much for myself, for my family, and for so many people I know. I continue to learn and grow as a person, and I have a community of people who inspire me and support me every single day within this community. Again, this is so important as a military spouse, right? I'm also earning an income that helps with groceries, gas, travel, like all of us, we all need that, right? It's a wonderful mission to be on, and I'm just so excited to be on this journey and see how many more people, and especially kids, can be helped with these amazing products. The opportunity to make an income while making an impact on our communities is really significant with these products and with this business opportunity. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, Jen. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Mary now.
All right, thank you. I apologize. I had some computer issues at the beginning. Everybody's probably been there where it decides to update right when you need to do something else. So I'm on my phone in the corner of my room hiding from my kids. But thank you for introducing me. I'm Mary Anderline. I live in the Houston, Texas area. I have 4 children, 3 boys that are 14, 13, and 6, and a little girl that's 4, who's basically the boss of all of us. And we have been using the Juice Plus products for the last 10 years. And just to give you some background there, I have an accounting background. I know nothing about nutrition, or I knew nothing about nutrition and just how to treat my body. But what I started to notice when I had children is that the way my kids ate was different than the way other kids ate. Whether looking at their school lunches or on play dates. And sometimes I think we just do what we've been taught. And I don't fault my parents for this, but I grew up very much a part of the processed food generation. We didn't eat fresh fruits and veggies, lots of chicken nuggets and fish sticks, and so that's exactly what I did for my own kids. And I remember, going places and being like, oh my gosh, like that little 2-year-old eating celery, or this kid's eating carrots. And I knew there was something missing, but I didn't know what. At the same time, I was having a lot of my own chronic health issues, and I think I had just accepted that this was the way things were going to be. I had a friend at the time, ask, do you think that maybe you have some food sensitivities, or have you ever tried changing how you eat to see if that affects the way you feel? And I was like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like, that's way too hard. They're not related at all. So it's, knock on wood that I'm here 10 years later. I was introduced to the Juice Plus products, and when I was told that they were just fruits and veggies in a capsule or gummy, like, it was very simple and it made sense to me right away. Funny thing though, I didn't think it was for me. I just went straight for my kids. I think as moms, like, we're much more likely to take care of our children than we are for ourselves. So they started taking those every day, and I naturally just started telling everybody about it because I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And at the time, I didn't even know about the research. I didn't care or know about the quality and the purity or the lack of food dyes. I wasn't there on my journey, but for us, it was simple, and I was busy, and that's what I needed. And so much like Jennifer shared, with my kids using the chewables, I started seeing health differences in them. They went from being sick all of the time to not being sick. They went from not eating fruits and veggies to being more willing to try fruits and veggies. And I feel like, especially as moms, and when we talk about Juice Plus, the first thing we jump to is immune support and the fact that we don't get sick. And that's one of my very favorite things. Or if we do get sick, it's just not as bad as it could be. But when I started learning what Juice Plus did on a cellular level from the inside out, how it could affect inflammation and longevity and chronic disease and all of the different things that our 45 plus clinical research studies show, I knew I needed it for myself and my husband. And my husband, probably like many of yours, he just goes along with what I tell him to do a lot of times. Like, I'm just take these capsules and let's see what happens. And lo and behold, my own health issues started to improve. And so I think I was both excited and I was frustrated because I was seeing that how I fed my body was helping these issues that I had dealt with since a child. We'll just all consider we're close friends here, but it was very normal for me to only have one bowel movement every 2 weeks. And I thought that was normal. And I remember when I met my husband and he told me that he went daily, sometimes multiple times a day, I thought something was wrong with him. And he was like, no, something's wrong with you. And so imagine all of this, pain, especially that I had felt. I've been put on medications and muscle relaxers and so many different things over the years. I really think it stemmed with my gut. So once we started seeing these improvements, it just made sense right away for us to share this with others. And so I partnered with the company again, feeling a little bit not qualified because I was an accountant. But at the same time, I think my business mindset and degree helped me really to jump on board with the income opportunity that this company offers. I knew it was important to diversify our incomes. I was a mom with young kids. I was working part-time. I knew bringing in extra income could only help. But what really pained me was seeing, and this was 10 years ago before the economy was the way it is now. It seems like things weren't near as expensive, but it really pained me to talk to other parents and hear them say, they wanted to do different things for their kids, but they couldn't afford it. Or I wish we could do this, but I can't afford it. And I really feel like it's been my mission to help others create sustainable income for that reason, because I don't feel like you should have to choose between the things our kids need. Many years later, we followed a calling to become a foster family and adopted 2 young children. And I'm so thankful for this business because they have a lot of needs. They have, therapies. There was one point we were paying $2,000 a month out of pocket just for therapies that insurance wouldn't cover. And I'm so thankful that we were able to do those without a second thought because of this extra income from Juice Plus. And it just kills me to know that there are families out there that are having to choose that shouldn't have to. So I feel like that really drives me. But I love just saying that Juice Plus helps us physically with our health, but also fiscally with our financial health. Because a lot of times, if you aren't financially healthy, you aren't physically healthy either, just because of the stress and everything else that it's dealt with in your life. So, I literally went to bed one night not knowing I was going to be, oh, I hope I didn't freeze. I went to bed one night not knowing I was going to be part of this company. And then the next morning joined it. So never say never to what you're presented with in life. And I just encourage everybody to have an open mind, because not only has it brought my family health physically and fiscally, like we said, but it's been a huge community of like-minded people, that I never knew that I was missing in my life. So thanks for letting me share today, Brittany. I appreciate it. And I'm still very frozen, it appears. So I apologize.
You are, but we could hear you perfectly and we could just see your beautiful face. So like, that's all we needed, right? I love that. And I love what you shared about being able to foster children. I know one thing for me has been being able to step into homeschooling, something that I said I would never, ever do. But here I am with my mind kind of transformed and wanting to homeschool my kids. And it's so amazing, because if I wouldn't have started this 6 years ago, I don't know if I would have had the ability to, the flexibility with my schedule to be able to do that. And so I think it really is awesome, the kind of the opportunities that it allows you that you sometimes you don't even think about. Like, you have no idea that these things are going to come into your life. So thank you guys so much for sharing your stories today. 2 things that I want to make sure that everybody's aware of. I think you heard Jen and Mary both maybe briefly touch on the Healthy Starts program. That is a program where when an adult is utilizing the Juice Plus products, the capsules or the chewables, they are able to link a kid, any kid, their kid, a neighbor, a nephew, anyone underneath them. And it's a really amazing program. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely get back in touch with the person who invited you. because that is a great way to get you and your family, or you and other people near you that your loved ones, product for free. So the other thing is, it is still only $10 to partner with our company, which is pretty amazing. So this is a great time to take advantage of getting on top of your family's nutrition, and getting on top of maybe starting something that could be really beneficial for you financially with your family. Again, if you want more information on that, get back in touch with whoever invited you, and we will get you all the info for that. But we appreciate your time. That was 20 minutes, and that's sometimes all the time that us moms have. So we're out of here. Thanks, you guys. Bye.